Hello, I'm author Denise Turney, and you are watching the Chistel, CHISTEL.com YouTube channel. So, what is this YouTube show about? Today's show, we're going to talk about book marketing techniques, and you can find these techniques in my book, Book Marketing That Drives Up Book Sales. And this comes from really over 20 years of book marketing work that I have done. So this is all in again, book marketing that drives up book sales. But what I want to talk about today is I want to start by saying that this is what I've learned from working with different authors, from New York Times bestselling authors to Essence bestselling authors to work that I have done, literary agents, publicists, things I've learned over the years. Book marketing really is an art, and not just the writing part of it, but actually marketing books is an art. It demands flexibility because what works today may not work in another 2 years for you. And I've heard authors say that. They'll say, like, I had a lot of success with something with my first book, but my second book, I'm just not getting the same results with it. So you have to be flexible and open mind and a willingness to try new techniques and strategies. And again, it's highlighted in the book, Book Marketing That Drives Up Book Sales. Here's some techniques that can help you sell more copies of your books. And I just want to put a little caveat here. You may not sell as many books as you'd like to, but if you use these techniques, I don't see how you couldn't either increase your sales or sell books. I don't think it's possible to not get some results from this. Number one, you can go on a book tour. Thanks to technology, you don't have to go store to store, city to city. Years ago, authors went on city book tours. You might do radio, you do television, you do bookstores, you do book signings at schools, you do book readings at schools, colleges, universities, you do public speaking events, all for one city. You could do 8 to 10 different locations, and by the time you're through with a 10 city books tour, you are worn out. But so thanks to technology, you can do these virtual book tours. And I will tell you though that I have found that in-person book events, I've gotten more book sales out of them. But you can still do them, just start to get people familiar with you with the virtual and then follow that up with in-person events. Schedule and conduct book-related podcast interviews. I've done live radio and I've had success with that. But podcasts, you can go on, and some podcasts only might get 30 to 50 listeners per show. Some get hundreds. Some are on so many different platforms. The thing is to stay in front of people. So if you could go on several podcasts that your target audience is on, and then you're doing social media, and then you're doing virtual or in-person book tours, people are constantly seeing you, and it can help build trust. And as a tip, listen to podcasts before you schedule interviews. That way you'll know that your book is in alignment with what the podcast, what their listeners are expecting, and you can become familiar with their host, the way their personality and how they engage with their guests on the show. Reach out to radio station DJs and do radio interviews. I years ago it was Gebby Press. Gebby Press last year, I think either early this year or last year, they had been around for 50 years. They shut down their business, but they used to list radio and TV stations by category, demographics, etc. Oh my goodness. And they were an incredible resource. You can reach millions of listeners over the radio. Unfortunately, you can also conduct radio interviews from right from your home. All you need is a telephone. And then some radio stations are like TV. They'll ask you to come in to conduct interviews. If you're good and you're engaging, you might be offered the opportunity to host your own radio show, and that's something to consider. Just think about the commute. You're going to drive in and out of the radio station, but you could maybe sell thousands of copies of your books locally just because you have your own show, a local radio show. Teach writing and other courses related to the books that you write at community colleges. I know some authors have great success with that. And with event organizer approval, sell and autograph your books at the end of speaking events. Save time by using templates such as those included in their templates in here, book marketing that drive up book sales. And please hit that subscribe button and see you back here next week, right here at our Chisel.com YouTube channel. Bye for now.